Welcome to the Sports Philanthropy Network, live on Radio Row at Super Bowl 57 in Phoenix. I am your host, Roy Kessel, along with my co host, Caleb Bradham. We're very excited to be here today with Jimmie Bell. Jimmie is an NFL alumni. Despite the fact that he played at Ohio State, we still like having him on the show. We got so many good things to talk about, what he's working on in the community. And Jimmie, we appreciate you taking out time on this busy schedule.
100%. I'm excited to be here, and we're family, so we're not going to sit here and act like I'm a guy you guys pulled off the street. You know what I'm saying? I'm here at the family reunion. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a family reunion. I'm more like the uncle with the black shoes and the white high socks. You know that you got to watch out. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little scary.
Jimmie, how about our pictures last year on Radio Row?
What's that?
Our pictures last year on Radio Row, where I was the tallest girl in the photo.
Yeah, right. Tall is not in your vocabulary ever.
Tell me what has gone on. So you were here with us in Radio Row, Super Bowl 56. What's gone on in your life in 2022? What highlights and lowlights?
Wow, highlights and lowlights. So I'm a little different. I'll tell you what's happening, but I don't live highs and lows. I live the journey. You know what I'm saying? I'm an appreciator of life journey. I tell people life is like a steeplechase. You know what I'm saying? I want to win this 3,000-meter run, but I already know that there's hurdles and obstacles, so I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? I just get over them, Joker. But the last time I was here, I had done something that I've never done before and accepted a position to coach this little small town, Appalachia, as they call it, in Southeast Ohio, Belpre High School. And the past 2 years, minus the 50 pounds that I gained, has been an incredible, interesting, me fulfilling journey. So I've been doing that and some other business things. I have an opportunity to open an insurance agency. I've been in insurance for quite some time, but always traveling, speaking, empowering the youth, empowering businesses, empowering communities. That's what I do.
I love that, Roy. Why don't you talk a little bit about the financial literacy event from Monday?
Yeah, Jimmie, we were at a school here, high school, Tolleson Union High School in Western Phoenix area, and Kayla did an amazing job putting together a financial literacy program with over 500 students. Um, Ray Perkins, former NFL player, who's vice principal of the school,
Oh
uh,
wow.
really sets the tone there. And I think one of the things that impressed us the most is we talk all the time about how important it is to get kids engaged in school and education, keep them away from negative influences like gangs and drugs and violence. Um, but there's just a certain element of power that sports brings to the equation, and Kayla and I talk about that a lot. If we got up there and talked, the kids would be asleep in 7 minutes and less. We had 90 minutes of presentations by 10 athletes, and didn't see cell phones out. Kids weren't playing games. They weren't snapping selfies. They were really engaged, and we were fortunate, due to our sponsors, support of the Gerstel Law Firm and Little Caesars, to be able to feed these kids lunch as well after the program and the presentation. And what jumped out to me more than anything was hearing from the athletes that were on the stage about the impact it made on them, listening to these kids ask questions about financial literacy and listening to the level of intelligence of the questions that they were asking. And these are athletes that speak around the country on a regular basis, professionally, all over. And they singled out this program because they really felt that the kids were engaged at a level that was different than most of the environments that they go to. And so, Kayla, I think you should talk about Ray and the what he brought to the program and how much help he provided in setting up that initiative.
Well, I think honestly, Jimmie, you and Ray have a lot in common. After the event, we were leaving and we mentioned to Dr. Perkins, like, listen, we noticed you knew every student, those 500 students.
Yeah,
Hey, Mohammed. Hey, Maria. Hey,
yeah,
whatever. Like, he knew every kid by name, and he didn't just know their names, he knew them, right? And that's a certain type of culture. And it kind of
yeah,
comes down, Jimmie. I know that that's what you're about, right? And I just said it actually to Jennifer across the table. I said, when it comes to Jimmie, he's all about empowerment, but he's not about what color is your skin or who is your God. He's about empowerment
yeah,
with faith, with confidence, with
yeah,
truth, but about here.
yeah.
That is hard to find, Jimmie, and you have a gift for that, like bringing that out in people. Like there's something about your energy that just booms, right? Like it's bigger than you.
Wow.
And what it does is it exudes this joyfulness and this confidence, and it inspires people. And that's really, I think, your gift from God,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It's well, I'm humbled, and if anyone out there haven't ever seen an African blush, I'm blushing right now. So
So there's that.
no, but part of it is I believe it or not, 6'6", 300+ pounds now, 320 to be more exact. I don't like to be the center of attention, even if it's true, but it is true, and God is the greatest. And I believe my gift is to love people, and that comes straight from the Creator. One of the things that you said that both of you talked about is, I believe, and I got this from coaching. We have to earn the right to even consider to be relevant.
That's right.
You see what
That's
I'm
right.
saying?
That's
I
right.
I have to earn the right to even talk to somebody about my faith, so to speak. Right? I have to earn the right for a kid who has never been educated about finances to be interested in finances. Right? I used to tell
Yeah.
my coaches, listen, man, these kids don't know what you're talking about. They soulfully in their life and football wise, but they don't. You have to earn the right. And I'll put on my board, stop giving them excuses to quit, because in life they're used to quitting, right? So you stop giving them excuses to quit. Stop telling them it's my way or get the hell out. That's not fair. That's not fair. That's insinuating that everyone's like you, right? That's the highest level of self-centeredness. So when what you see is really, I really attack with love. You see what I'm saying? I can care less what your faith is. I probably care more about your faith so I can love you more. Does that make sense? I ask every human that I come in contact with, what's your ethnicity? Oh, I'm white. No, you're not. Well, okay, where's your grandmama from? Well, she's from Germany. Okay, you're German. What are you talking about? Right? Because that means something. You see what I'm saying? And I think that what love does, and you fighting to love people, it opens their soul up to consider things that they normally just wouldn't consider. And even when
Uh,
I when I coach speakers, and I try to teach them that. Like, and I'm not saying it from a love perspective, but I do say, hey man, your gift is literally to earn a right for your space. If you're a lover, if you're not loving, then people aren't going to pay attention to you, right? If
uh,
so your gift is part of what is going to attract people to you. You can, no matter what you say, if you're not coming in your gift, people aren't going to listen to you. They're not going to think that you understand them. They're not going to think that you're valid. So you're right when you said that. That's why I said I'm blushing, because I do. Everything I do is with love, in love.
I want to hear that on the recording. Kayla, you're right. I want to hear that one more time.
Oh, Kayla, you're right.
or we might have to mute that part out. But you know, Jimmie, I appreciate that, because one of the things that always hits me is you get people who have a particular stature, whether it's a teacher or a coach, a boss, who talk down to the people that they're working with and that they're collaborating with, because they're like, I'm in this position, so you have to
Yeah.
listen to me. And I remember having somebody that worked for me, and I tried to train him and get him to understand. I said, they might they might listen to you because you're their boss or coach or teacher, but they don't have to respect you. You have to earn that respect, and you have to earn, as you said, you have to earn the stage that you've got, that you command that presence, and that you are the one that is giving them something of value. Otherwise, it's just, like in the Peanuts cartoon of blah 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 blah.
Yeah. And I think if you understand that in any, even in any leadership position or any, whatever you do, to me, I'm not into wasting time. You see what I'm saying? So I'm going to love, because I know without my love, no one's going to pay attention. Wasting time. So managers, just like you're saying, managers or business people, if you're not honestly, earnestly, and intimately relating to your people, and you gave them grace, big dog, they ain't even listening to you. You see what I'm saying? Forget, you ain't even got into the respect arena. They're really not listening to you. All they're doing is doing whatever they think you're going to require for them to do for you to get off their dang back. That's really not listening to them. I remember I did a leadership conference for a major company, and I told the manager of the division, I said, it's your responsibility to know, if all things were equal, what each of your people would do and want to do. And I said, then it's your responsibility to earnestly present to them opportunities to positively progress in that. With that being said, you can't fear that if they become a better person, they're going to leave you. You have to believe, if I invest in the totality of who you are, that I'm going to get 100% of you here. Chances are they're going to look for ways to, like, they're not going to be able to find ways to ever leave, because I've been the biggest investor in their life. Easy concept to understand? No, because everybody's been taught I'm the boss, I'm the boss now. You're the nail, you're the hammer. One of the things my buddy always asks me about, I'm a love, truth, and justice guy, right? And when we talking about what people would call marginalized people, they say, Jim, do you think they really want things to be? I said, no. I said, most people just want their opportunity to participate in injustice, right? Because that's all they've been presented. And they no longer want to be the nail, they want to be the hammer. So what we have to do is show them what it really looks like, not to be the hammer to someone else's nail, but to show them how to have an intimate connection in somebody else's life. See what I'm saying?
I love it, Jimmie. That is the message. That is the perfect way to close this out. Folks, my name is Kayla Bradham. I'm here with my partner, Roy Kessel, Sports Philanthropy Network, with the animated, the energetic, and the truth speaking
I do.
wisdom guru, NFL
Oh my
alumni,
God.
Jimmie Bell. Jimmie, you owe me $5 for that too. That was some pretty good stuff.
Hey, hey, when I get stuff like that, I know my direct deposits are working.
Folks, we want to remind you, live generously. Thank you, Jimmie.